Hello and welcome back. This is going to be the extended of the first daily Dharma today. I hope that you've been able to check in with that. We're talking about how there are some future timelines that are the seeds that are part of the stored memories, both from this timeline and the converging timelines of past, present, future, concurrent timelines and potentialities, and being able to activate the flow state necessary to unlock with the sacred keys within our hands, at our disposal, to be able to unlock the next leg of the journey and to create something masterful or something related to purpose or our calling, something profound, some type of vision that we've held or that is occurring to us, that will come to your attention. So someone looks like a fated meeting has occurred. It could have happened around Beltane of the last few years. We talked a fair amount about the Saturn cycle, and I hope that you catch that reading because I don't want to repeat a whole lot of that. So with this fated meeting, there's something coming to fruition, some type of sacred seed is being able to really take root, possibly within a year from now was what I was hearing, but everyone's on a different timeline and everyone has the ability to shift and alchemize things to their own capacity. So for some it may take longer, some it may be shorter. So let's clarify our first card here with these sacred geometry activations oracle deck here. This 12 of Earth, and I'm going to get really sunny here for a moment. Let's keep us cool. All right. 12 of Earth. This is the card with the sacred keys, that multidimensional earthly mask where we're able to hone our skills. And it may seem very mundane, very temporal, but these are skills that are, even though earthly based or otherwise, they are no less sacred to our life. Two cards popping out. We have Coherence, number 13, and Allowance, number 9. Allowing ourselves to see through the surface level of things into the depths, to allow understanding, talks definitely about that flow state and understanding the value of doing things when it's time to do them, and the patience of the hibernation cycle or the hermit phase, being able to understand that it takes time for a seed to germinate and then to sprout and then to flower and ultimately to fruit, and then there's a time for it to fall back and perhaps reseed, and there are cycles coming through. So it's supporting our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of mind to have an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. And Allowance, inviting us to be open with whatever comes our way without judgment, opinion, fear, or resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. Interesting. So we're understanding something about the timing, the cycles, about the perfection of the now moment, perhaps. I want to peek at the underneath of the deck. Discernment, number 20. Yes, being able to understand the cycles and to choose the way forward, to choose where to place our energy, redirecting our own energy towards building with other creative cycles. It's a very peaceful day here. I hope that you guys are enjoying the natural soundtrack. There we go. I'm going to take this one. Love. Yes, we talked about how love is the center of the sacred keys diagram that I was envisioning with the first report. And so love is the key that opens it all. And so seeing everything without judgment, without resistance, is to be in the flow state, is to be in love with life itself, to pull any energy that feels drained or lacking or overstimulated, to bring that back into the center of love. So anything else? We've got right at the bottom of the deck, and we did talk about how, when you are blocked in one way, even at that physical level where you can't do anything, you can't seemingly make progress or go on a trip, you can always write and um, and create in some other type of a way. So there's something here too about free writing, being able to, tap into. Okay, here we've got feline, innocence, prayers, vibrational, and right. And that, I feel like, is what that free writing wants to bring in, is when we're able to write things down. I know that as a preteen teenager, I had so many things coming up that just writing it all down helped to kind of like pull that information out of me and to just get it down on paper, to write my experiences, to write my emotions in some type of artistry or um, declaration. When there's a sense of isolation or lack of understanding, it can be very cathartic and healing to write things out. And here it's like with free writing, maybe the objective is no longer to get things out of the head. I keep seeing that Dumbledore with the pensieve, and he's pulls his memories out and stores them in this like bird bath looking thing, stored memories. So, being able to write things down as we write, we may spontaneously have ideas or things that come up, and maybe in your drafts or in your writing, not worrying about things that make sense or putting things in order. If you need to add something, just keep flowing, keep going, and writing it out. And in this way, you're in a vibrational space of release and unlocking something within, some type of stored memory, some type of connections are going to come through. And then in this vibrational space, it's an ability to conjure, to call things in, to write things down, to it's our prayerfulness. And in this way, our innocence speaks, our vulnerability can speak, and our fears and anxieties, they have a voice when given pencil, pen, paper, whatever. You might be more of somebody who types, it doesn't matter. But with feline, it's like our ability um, to be confident, to be in our fiery nature, being able to relax, all of these things. It's like the cat will just bask for hours in the sun or in the shade or wherever under the covers. It could be anything. It's like we need to give ourselves permission to sit down and have something come through us, through the hands, through the mouth, through the songs that we would write, the art that we would create. And so being able to understand and allow ourselves to be roadblocked here will allow another thing to have time and space, perhaps. And so to use our space wisely, not to create complaints, but to be like, well, what is this asking me to look at? What is this asking me to give voice to? What is this anger telling me about something else? What is this need for validation tell me about healthy sense of pride? So I was intending to move to the other, but let's see what comes out. Perception. Yeah, the way that we look at things shifts our reality, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a hard look at it. Like perhaps a health issue Or see, I saw this lady as in a prayerful position, and I wanted the one off the bottom as well. Earth, yes. I saw her as like the Little Mermaid praying for the earth and thinking that if she could just be like the others, part of your world, but not recognizing that she was actually the evolved being in this situation. And so being able to perceive of the earthly realms, the temptations that lie there, um, again, discernment, being able to really discern what is it? Does it hold something for us, or is it just um, us not really seeing the beauty of the now and where we're at? So let's see what else we can get here about this prayerfulness, because the prayers came up over here already. So it seems that you're looking for confirmation about the fruition of some type of venture or long-held vision or wish. And in this, it appears that it's well within order, even if you are, some people, they get older. I saw 1111 on the timer. And so it can feel like, oh, I'm too old to create, or I'm too old to publish my book or something like this. It's like, no. So many people are so late in life before they unlock their greatness, and it's because they needed to come into the perfect resonance with their destiny, and they still needed to experience things that were going to be part of it's like the ambiance and the many colorful hues that are expressed energetically through the written word, the spoken word, the artistry. It's like we still had to alchemize something in a specific way. And so there's no rushing it. All that we can do is work towards our alignment and our beingness and our appreciation for ourselves and our gratitude for the journey. And here she is praying, and it's like, I don't want to make this into a reward and punishment type thing, because it's really not about that. It's all about alignment and resonance. But my head just felt a wave. But she's praying for something that either she's already received and is the seed well within her hands, because we see her protecting a seed over here in her ferocity. It's like, don't wish away your suffering. Just wish for the understanding and the ability to integrate and alchemize, to understand and allow it to speak through us and to shift the perspective as we need. Okay, so the earthly perception on the bottom, changing the mind with perceptions of the earth and seeing below the surface, right? The two that came up, writing, right, and up. Maybe you need to do a write-up of something, some type of instructions or a template, or an add-on to something else that you've already done. But this is part of perhaps your legacy, and maybe you thought that your legacy was just this one little area, but that part of the delay was because if you did just that one thing, it would perhaps become so large and expansive that you would then spend all your time doing that and would not have had the proper time, space, and friction necessary to polish the gem and the treasure that you are into the understanding that there's all these other little nuances to do with that one thing that was brought into your awareness early on. And all of these other things are those elements that are going to create the underpinnings, the firmer foundation that platform or venture or next segment can grow upon. But if you had not had this experience, you would have skipped steps perhaps. And so here we go. I'm just going to keep going so as not to run out of time here. So the next card here we have is this 9, this code activation where she's starting to see the light from above, highly attuned and resonant with it, drawn in like a magnetic tractor beam, like beam me up, Scotty type of a thing, you know. And I was seeing it as the next card, her seeing this lantern from the hermit above, and these two being kind of magnetized energetically towards each other. So let's see, what do we have to say about this vision she's having of this mutual light code activation happening between herself and the hermit? I might just leave that umbrella, but this wind is really... we'll take that one. Passion, yes. So it's a mutual resonance, a mutual passion. Perhaps there is something happening here. Please forgive the road noise. That is a spark of mutual passion and something that both individuals are starting to connect with deeply, more deeply. And at the bottom, fertility. Yes, something about that. Being able to be mutually inspiring and connected in this level, some type of coming together with a like-minded or even an oppositionally minded can be equally as beneficial when we're trying to create, where if both people are trying to do the same thing, then this stuff, there's people you know, getting their hands crossed and not able to accomplish as much, and then over here there's stuff that remains undone because you have the same interest. So there's a way to work with like-minded and oppositionally minded to create more creative fuel. And I'm seeing this as the seeds planted with the Cancer new moon coming forward with the Leo Lionsgate portal at about the August 8th. And then we have a couple of 888 number codes in the dates coming through. So August is the month of the 8, and 2024 reduces down to an 8 year of the dragon, which I love that there's a lot of dragons in this deck. And then we also have, what do we have? We've got the 8th, we've got the 17th, we've got the 26th. Is that it? So that's at least 3. I'd have to sit down, but you can sit down and do that if you want. 3 specific dates at least that are going to be resonant with the codes 888. And these are cycles that repeat. It's the infinity symbol. It's things coming full circle. And so something about Beltane, something about Lionsgate, something about our ability to meet and then evolve, and then plant a seed, nurture, and then harvest, and then creating some type of venture together seems to be being unlocked here. And so with fertility and passion, it's mutual inspiration, mutual assistance, reciprocal energy exchange. And so maybe from the time where you first met, or a long time ago when you met other individuals that kind of come to mind now, these are ways that we've been playfully engaging with our ability to co-create with others and learning our own limitations, our strengths, weaknesses, the opportunities that we and others present, and also the threats that we and others present in getting things done and coming full circle. It's like we've learned so much. This is such an empowering year if we can stay the course and be protective of our mind, body, spirit, and those within our charge, and be courageous enough and confident enough and inspired enough to take that flow state and follow the signposts and synchronicities presented at this time. I do believe that within the year, for many, that this mutual passion will come to some type of fruition that seems like beyond even your expectations. Like maybe you think something needs to take 10 years, but through multiple flukes and manifestation and chance meetings, maybe you want to build something, but you can't afford the materials. And all of a sudden somebody's like, Oh, I've got such a messy yard. I'd really love to get all this stuff out of here. I've got all these 2x4s and, you know, um, and then you're like, oh, well, 2x4s or something like this, and then all of a sudden there's a connection, and maybe they believe in your calling and they want to become involved also. Maybe one person has money and one person has vision. There's a way that we're able to leverage these skill sets and tools and the time and space and places and the ways that we are inspired by the way others are doing things, looking at others doing things that's similar to you. How would you do them similarly and differently? Maybe writing an inspiration list of individuals to go and research things. There's something coming in here where there's this leveling up, and through writing, through being connected with where you're at right now, there's this, again, this looking up, looking to the stars for guidance, looking up to mentors or those that are a little ahead of you in this, in whatever endeavor you're developing. So let's see here with these return to spirit cards for this one. This mutually inspired passion and leveling up. It's like you're getting the downloads, even if it's not the resources. It's like you're getting inspiration of how to, like, maybe get a grant, or if you don't want to be under a grant's um, thumb where you have to have that reportability, maybe you're just petitioning the community for volunteers or something. I'm not really sure here, but there's this ability to pray and to get something done. And it's interesting that then we have this birthing, this sacred portal of birthing, because we have cards here talking about this sacred seed, and the imagery is of this baby in an egg, the cosmic egg of rebirth or manifestation. And under the deck here we have gifted. You're being gifted here because the the universe, the God, source, spirit, whatever you believe in, the ancestors, the world in general, we're all co-creating something. And whatever you are thinking of, or whatever skill set within your wheelhouse that you are passionately inspired to connect with others here, is it's in the interest of the flow state. And so whatever stagnancy or roadblocks are showing you a different way to create that firm foundation here. And so it's like whatever you're being inspired to do, you have to trust that passionate redirect of that you're either developing the skills or moving in the direction that you will meet someone that will help you create this endeavor. Yes, it's a gift from spirit, and you and your vision are a gift from spirit as well. So this chance meeting here with this hermit here with this lantern, let's see what this hermit is bringing. It seems like they have whatever you've been lacking perhaps, and later on it does almost seem like you and the other individual are protecting your inner landscape. I'm seeing this as like both individuals with this almost cemented vault behind them. But we'll see what flew off. Communication. Okay. So they're bringing communication. So for some of you, this individual, maybe they have a platform, maybe they have the ear, so to speak, of powerful people that can help you. And maybe it's like they don't have the resources or that one thing, but they could market for you or be your salesman, your spokesperson, or something like that. Or maybe they have insights or information that helps you with the ability to have the sacred keys necessary to unlock the next gateway or portal to birth this birthing portal here. Unlocking the birth portal. Okay. Um, so Also, there are those individuals that are gatekeepers that kind of hold space at the beginning and help to guard the passageway of sacred knowledge, or level ups, different insights. They kind of can communicate, channel things in a specific way. Maybe you're working with another healer that has the right thing that you need at this time to unlock within yourself, but they are holding some type of a key. There are others, gatekeepers, and then there's also the key holders, where they give you the sacred knowledge that then you go back into your process, and now you hold the key of love, the key of self-acceptance, the key of vibrational resonance, the key of law and order and cause and effect. What else? There are many others. But understanding the way that this works helps you to understand, oh, well, the things within my communication that have been off kilter or misunderstood, if I only were to employ this thing here that this individual might demonstrate or unlock or show you about yourself, is going to help you communicate in a different, better way. Maybe they can write the grant for you. Maybe you are writing a grant for others. I don't know. There's that right card in here. So under the deck, yes, heart chakra, with that sacred key of love in the center of everything, and below that, transition, healing, emergence. Gorgeous. So this heart chakra upgrade, I always see this as the waveform, activating our DNA. So a healing DNA activation in the heart chakra, healing so that you can kind of, you and they, I'm seeing, because they are showing up as the hermit, but this can definitely be an aspect of yourself, your inner seeker that is researching or coming across some knowledge that's then allowing you to reemerge, refreshed, renewed, healed. And I was also seeing this too before I went to record the first one, as she is wondering why she's so submerged in the depths of things, why she feels things so deeply here almost. It's like praying for deliverance here is then like, oh, I'm at the depths because I'm a healer, because I'm divine, because I'm being shown things that others can't handle, and I'm the transmuter of things that are so profound and otherworldly, that you are actually transmuting and birthing newfound passion and inspiration for all as you unlock and activate your own sacred cycles here from the heart chakra. And let's see what else from the Return to Spirit deck. Yeah, it's almost like this hermit has the ivies growing up their cloak. They've been standing here staring at something, perhaps a grave, because I'm seeing this Celtic symbol on what almost appears to be a tombstone there. Some mushrooms there. I don't know if you wild gather. But yeah, the roots below the surface, and maybe grief is part of this. Maybe you're grieving the passage of who you used to be or used to identify with before your, let's say, your awakening, or maybe you came in awakened and have been waiting for something. We're getting the intuition card and the frequency shift under the deck. Beautiful. So waiting for some type of intuitive communication or activation here in order to shift your own frequency, waiting for the frequency of the world to shift, praying for this consciousness, elevation of consciousness. And yeah, changing your mind. Maybe it's not about waiting, maybe it's not about changing others. I feel like many of us are cluing into that there are many different times where there's this separation of those who get it, who know, who are out there bending, shape-shifting, moving, and alchemizing, and those who are really sinking into their patterns and really creating really deep grooves within their brain matter that are like deep set patterns that are almost unable to escape. There are those who are comfortable in their discomfort. And then there are those who are uncomfortable in their comfort. And somewhere in the middle or fluctuating between and amongst all of that, we have the ability to choose the frequency that we unlock. So I am running out of time again. I hope that you guys are enjoying this broadcast. Let's get a couple more code cards for this bottom where we have this couple being activated, partnership being activated by the fiery multidimensional seed of this Lionsgate 888 portal. We'll take this one. Delight, joy and love and delight of the divine feminine in the flow state. Yes, an activation and frequency shift is unlocking the very DNA that we have become used to in our life. We'll take that one. Mediumship, yes. Okay, so communication and intuition here, some type of divine inspiration or a divine channel, bringing in the information that you need to unlock and to manifest and birth this new reality. Healing with the violet flame, transmuting. It's like you are one of the healers of the ages here. And let's get some on this little venture, this little baby over here, if we can squeeze it in before the camera cuts me off. If you got something out of this message, please do consider like, share, subscribe, comment, any of that. Gaia. So you are helping Gaia to elevate, to ascend. You're birthing a new level of consciousness into creation. And look at this multidimensional beingness that is coming through the ventures that you are. So this cosmic egg, it's like, yeah, you're healing the remembrance. Yes, the stored memories in body. That brings us full circle to we're healing the way that memories are stored in body. Yes, hello, miss. Eating my plants as usual. And so we're activating something within our own psychic blueprint here. It's answering our prayers. Things are in right order. So flow towards what is presented, but only dead fish go with the flow, I'm hearing, just to confuse us right at the end. It's like know when to move with the flow and when to stand up and jump out of the toxic waters if that needs to happen too. So we are advanced, not to put us above anyone else, but we are the ones that are the sacred space keepers for the next leg of the journey. So I really appreciate you guys being on this trajectory with me and us and all of us. And I'm looking forward to channeling more later. Thanks again, and take care of yourselves.